Hi, and welcome to Discover Your Ruby Rose Gems with Dr. Tara. I'm Dr. Tara. Today's segment is going to focus on goal setting. I know you're thinking, really, another goal setting segment, but I think it's necessary for us to discuss this today, especially following the last 2 years, 2020 and 2021, the shit shows. At the first of every year, people tend to think about what happened last year and what they want to encounter the next year. And now more than ever, I'm sure people are thinking that because so much has happened to people. But I want you to be mindful about how you set up your goals. In an attempt to run away from 2020 and 2021, I don't want you to go into 2022 setting artificial, unrealistic goals for yourself, creating an artificial, unrealistic reality. So buckle in, grab your pen, grab your favorite beverage, and let's get started. Well, I know sometimes we set really lofty and large goals, and by the springtime, February, March, April, we've pooped out, okay? So one of the things that I want to use, one of the tools I want to use is an acronym called S.M.A.R.T, SMART goals. And I'm going to add some stuff and take some stuff away. So all of you out there that know what SMART goals are already, they may not sound exactly like what you're used to hearing in your organization because they use these a lot in organizations, but this is the gospel according to Dr. Tara, okay? So SMART goals. S, it's supposed to be specific, but I say simple, okay? Keep it simple, stupid. Set a goal that is simple and it is specific as possible. What you want to answer here is who and what. Who is this goal for? What is this goal for? I always want you thinking about yourself. I'm all about self-care, self-love. Don't set goals that are relevant for somebody else's life. Don't set goals so that you can be relevant in somebody else's life. Set goals that are for you, by you, and that are going to help elevate you. Okay? So make sure that they're specific. Make sure that they're about you. Make sure they're simple as possible. Okay? Then the next thing you want to do is make sure it's measurable. You want to know how close are you getting to reaching the goal? So here you're going to answer how. How am I going to get this goal met? That's the hard part, okay? That's the part I think even setting a large goal is hard. It makes it difficult to accomplish goals. But the how is even harder because sometimes we don't have the skills, the tools, the equipment, the resources to get there, right? So how? I want you to be realistic with this. Do you have what you need? Do you need to ask for some help? Do you need to acquire some additional skill set? Do you need more resources? What is it that you need to make sure that you get there? And how will you know when you're there? So make sure it's measurable. Make sure you place some different little tallies along the way to help you measure. And so one of the things I think about is when you're trying to lose weight, you say the goal is to lose 30 pounds in 90 days. You're not going to weigh yourself day one and then weigh yourself day 90. No, you're going to weigh yourself along the way to make sure you're on track. Because one thing about measuring and how we get there is making sure that we're doing what we need to do to get there. So the only way to do that is to check in, have accountability. That's what measuring means, to be accountable, to have an accountability piece, have an accountability partner. That way you know if things are going well or not. Do you need to stay on track with what you're doing? This is working, or no, this is not working. I need to change something. So you want to make sure that you keep your goals and your hows flexible and able to move them along the way, change them along the way. So then the next thing is attainable. Making sure it's a realistic and achievable goal. And attainable and relevant, I think here we're answering like why, right? Attainable and relevant. That's the A and the R in SMART. Attainable, realistic and achievable, relevant, making sure it's about you. So that's your why. What are you doing and why are you doing it? And can you do it? Realistic. Make sure that it's small and simple enough to be attainable, and make sure it's relevant to you. What are you expecting? When you think about this goal being attained, and when I say think about, close your eyes and envision this goal and you being successful with the goal. What does that look like? What do you look like? Okay, so relevant, attainable, and then time sensitive. You don't set a goal. Remember, I said, okay, we're going to set a weight loss goal of 30 pounds, 90 days. So you got to put a time there. You don't just say, okay, I'm going to do this and then no time, just set. Because then you don't have anything to check yourself with. You can just be working on this thing from now to then. Like my husband, he would kill me if he knew I said this. He's been working on a goal, which is to write a comic book for 30 years. I told him, set a time limit, set a deadline for yourself. I think he's done that now. I think 2022 is a year for him. So is it the year for you to set a simple and specific goal, something that is made for you? Okay. Who and what? You. Measurable. How? How are you going to do it? How will you know when you're getting there? How will you know you're on the right track? And if you're not on the right track, revamp. Okay. Attainable, realistic, and relevant to you. And time sensitive. All right. When? When will you get it done? And you can always change any of these things, okay? None of these things are set in stone. I don't want you to create these rigid things for yourself because that makes it daunting and hard to do. I want you to set yourself up for success. And in order to do that, you got to make sure that these things are attainable, sustainable, and maintainable. So think about you and what it is you want to see different in your life this year. How do you get there? And if you haven't found something in January, that's fine, because that's not the only time we can make change in our life. Anytime you are reflecting and having a moment of introspection, you can set up a goal. You can make some changes. We got to be the change that we want to see in the world. And in order to do that, we got to do something different. So if you want 2022 to be different, what do you got to do? You got to do something different. So set an intention for you. Do this for you. Make sure it's specific. Make sure it's simple enough, small steps, right? I don't care if you want to climb Mount Everest behind me here. That's not Mount Everest for real. I just thought I'd be a little silly. But if that's your goal to climb something like that, you can't do it tomorrow. So that could be the goal. But first, you may want to climb, I don't know, what's the mountain here in Alabama? I don't know. I live here. I don't even know that. Stone Mountain in Georgia. Start there and then climb your way up. That's what I mean when it's simple. Start small and then work your way up to Mount Everest. Okay. So simple and specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time sensitive. All right. And so some of you may have already set your goals, right? Because I'm a little late. It's not January 1. I was supposed to make this video way back a couple weeks ago, but I had to go celebrate my birthday in Cabo. Then I got sick, and now here I am. So it took me a while to get here, but I'm here. So for you, those of you who have already set your goals, I want you to go back and make sure that your goals encompass the elements that I've talked about today. Okay. And that's going to be your homework, because if anybody knows me, they know I like to give homework. Okay. Creating an action plan. so that you can be successful. In that action plan, make sure your goal encompasses the elements we talked about. I want you to visualize what success looks like for you. Okay, what does success look like in this goal? Get you an accountability partner or get you a source of accountability, whether it's journaling, set some reminders on your phone. There's so many different things that you can come up with for accountability. So I want you to do that because it's important. It helps you stay on track. Okay. And make sure the goal stays relevant. So to do that, you got to check in. That's where your accountability comes in. Check in with yourself several times a week, one time a week. I'm not sure what you want to set up, but sit down and really think about it and set up something that works for you. And when you do that, then that's the day that you can check to make sure the goal is still going as planned. It's still relevant for what's going on in your life because things change, right? So maintain flexibility with your thinking and with the goal. Like if you need to change something, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You have tomorrow to get back on track, And that's it. So as we close, I want to let you know I have something for you. I have a free item for you. I have a SMART Goals template. Click at the bottom and you'll be able to access that to help you as you create your action plan. Okay. And then I have some additional items for purchase, but they'll be helpful. Click at the bottom. I have a journal and a planner that will assist you in setting up your plan as well. So again, thank you for joining me and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.